Greetings to our viewing audience. Of course, this is Miko Evans and
Darian Aaron.
get ready for the 15th anniversary spring season of Meak Pro Media Special Edition News starting right now.
Let's get it.
Greetings to our viewing audience and welcome once again to the 15th spring season of Meak Pro Media Special Edition News. Can you believe it's 15 years of this podcast show, y'all? And for more information about everything that we've been up to and what we're getting ready to do for this year's Pride season, don't forget to check out all of the information that's located at the bottom of your screen. If you would like to be a special guest on our show, view the information that's located at the bottom of your screen or also call our toll-free office hotline at 1-855-MEEK-PRO. Once again, that's 1-855-632-5776. And for the media division, press extension 803. Once again, that's 803. That information is located at the bottom of your screen, by the way. It's not every day that I have legends in the studio. So I just want to just let you know that I am very excited to have in the studio the legendary journalist that is Darian Aaron. What is going on?
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here with you.
I'm so glad to have you here, man. We're getting ready to get into some hot and awesome legendary history here with you. And let's start off first with this legendary position that you have with the historic organization GLAAD. Tell us about your current position and what all of that entails.
Sure. For the last 2.5 years, I've been the director of local news U.S. South at GLAAD. Basically, I'm responsible for developing original content about LGBTQ people of color and people living with HIV in the South for placement in local and national media outlets.
Wow. How did you come across this position? Because this is something that is new that I've never heard GLAAD doing.
GLAAD has invested in storytelling in the South, and they actually created this position for me. I was a contractor back in 2022. I was covering the Mpox crisis for GLAAD, and an opportunity came up for me to go full time, and I jumped at the opportunity. Actually, my boss now, Barbara Simon, she is the senior director of news at GLAAD. She is such an incredible leader. She reached out to me to let me know that a position had become available. Initially, she asked if I was interested in furthering, my Mpox reporting, and I said no, but I would be interested in a full-time position. And so one talk led to the next, and before I knew it, I was full-time at GLAAD.
Wow, that is so awesome. Let's get more into your testimony as far as your coming out story and everything, because you've been in journalism for years. So where did that first spark begin in journalism?
In journalism, actually, in the very first blog post that I ever wrote, because I had a pretty popular blog back in the heyday of, Black queer blogging online in the early 2000s. And my very first post, the headline said it all started with Keith. Keith is in Keith Boykin. He has been such a huge inspiration for me.
Shout out to Keith.
Yeah, shout out
Legend.
to Keith. His Black queer activism really ignited a spark in me from the moment I read his book, One More River to Cross.
Yes, I remember that. I remember when that first came out.
So that's actually where the path to journalism started for me. It started with writing blog posts that turned into magazine writing opportunities, which really encouraged me to go back to school to get my degree, which I got from Alabama State University in communications with a concentration in radio and television. So I've been able to kind of parlay that into digital opportunities, print opportunities. On camera, I was a general news assignment reporter at a CBS affiliate in Columbus. So I've been in the journalism game for about 20 years.
Wow. Congrats, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what was it like for you, first of all, where you originally hail from, and then what was it like for you when it came to walking in your truth and your coming out story?
Yeah, I'm originally from Montgomery, Alabama,
Oh,
the
you're a
birthplace of the
Southern.
civil rights
Yes,
movement.
you're a Southern
Yeah,
boy like me.
yeah, most definitely, most
Confederate
definitely.
South.
Born and raised, all of my family is still there. I'm the only person, besides an aunt who was in the military, that actually left Alabama. So all of my
Wow.
family still resides in Alabama. I go back once a month to visit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I knew very early on that the only thing in my closet were my clothes, you know,
Mm.
and remaining closeted for me was never an option
Mm-hmm.
for some reason. Even in the early 90s, I came out in 96,
Oh
if I remember
wow.
correctly,
Mm-hmm.
at 16 years old then. So I didn't
Wow.
have a blueprint for coming out. And I always tell people that I came out even before Ellen did
Absolutely.
nationally, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
but I just knew that it was something that I needed to do for my own freedom and liberation. And so I've been out for as long as I can remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people fail to realize, and shout out to our next generation for their boldness. But I think a lot of people fail to realize how difficult it was during the like 80s and 90s. Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
high school class of 89,
Yeah.
so a little bit before you. But it was very, very difficult to even try to come out because of all of the stigma that was still surrounding us.
Most definitely.
We still was just getting used to the AIDS reality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was still taboo. And a lot of things were still going on in our community as a result of that. So to even be a person of color, actually making that step to come out was very risky. And I don't think a lot of people knew the climate during that time.
Yeah, yeah. It was definitely very risky. And one of the first things that I said to my mom after I came out was, "Are you going to throw me out of the house now?" You know,
Mm-hmm.
I was prepared for that rejection. I didn't know where I would go, but
Mm-hmm.
thankfully, my mother loves me unconditionally. And she
Wow.
struggled at first. You know, she struggled
Wow.
for years. Our relationship was kind of rocky, but that unconditional love never wavered. And I'm
Wow.
so grateful for that because I know
Yes.
every
Everybody
queer
don't have
person
that.
is not that lucky.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, After getting that inspiration from Keith Boykin and you going into your circles in journalism,
Hmm.
did you find it difficult in the journalism scene uh, as far as walking in your truth? Because I know even in the workplace, it was still a challenge to walk in your truth in that arena in corporate
Mm.
America. Because not only that we have to deal with our skin color,
Yeah.
the issue with that, now we have to deal with also coming out of the closet. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Working in a TV newsroom environment, those environments are very conservative.
very.
It can be difficult to show up as black
Mm-hmm.
in those environments. And then when you're showing up as black and
And queer,
queer,
yes.
yeah, that's a lot. So I'm grateful that I have that experience, that I did it, so I have no regrets.
Mm.
But I now know that the TV newsroom environment is not for me because I'm
Mm.
just not willing to sacrifice my authenticity to go to my 100th house fire or
Absolutely.
shooting. And that's what I was doing week after week as a TV news reporter. And I wanted to report stories that were important to me,
Absolutely.
you know, that were meaningful to people that I care about, black and queer people. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what I get to do now on a weekly basis.
Because and I think it's becoming very crucial now with the climate that we're actually in right now, that the same discussion that we attempted to have back in the 90s about discrimination and racism within the LGBTQ plus community, I think that that is now coming back to the forefront because of the political climate that we're
Hmm.
facing right now,
Hmm.
because of what is happening with
Yeah.
the gender nonconforming and the non-binary part of our
Hmm.
community, and what is happening, and how the same divide and conquer tactics that the powers that be use with the black community
Yeah.
as it relates to the Black Panthers and the Nation of Islam and all of that stuff in the
Hmm.
civil rights era, that it's like they're trying to do the same thing within the LGBTQ plus
Yeah.
community, because I don't think we really had a chance to close the gap with the discriminative things that were still going on within the LGBTQ plus community overall.
Yeah.
What is your take on that right now?
So it's funny that you mentioned that because there's a lot of chatter about that online right now about
Mm-hmm.
separating the T from the
Mm-hmm.
LGB. Um,
And I said something about that recently, so
yeah.
go ahead.
So the thing about that is there would be no political power in our community
Absolutely.
without the trans and gender nonconforming and non-binary folks.
Absolutely.
They have always put their
Yes,
bodies
they have.
on the line for our
Mm-hmm.
community. When I think about Marsha P. Johnson and
That
Sylvia
part.
Rivera
That part.
and Miss Major,
Yes.
these are are trans leaders. They are
Yes.
trans icons, and they deserve our respect.
Yes, they do.
And there is no separation of the T from the rest of the acronym. You know,
Absolutely.
because at the end of the day, the people who hate us, they don't put a hierarchy on our identity.
Absolutely.
They hate the L, the G, the B, the T,
See,
and the Q,
it
and the
sure does.
plus. So
Absolutely.
yeah, we have to stand united.
We do have to stand united because a lot of people, because I said this on my TikTok presentation that I talked about this whole issue with removing the T, and I'm like, okay, you do know that without the T, without the effeminate males, without
Hmm.
the masculine identified females, without that part of our community, we wouldn't have no LGBTQ plus movement at
At
all.
all.
You
At
know what I'm
all.
saying? And I think that it is very disrespectful, as you stated earlier, to try to remove the very foundation
Yeah.
of the ones that actually made it possible. So I think that we have a lot of work to do. And I think that what the upcoming event, GLAAD Down South, is going to do is bring this conversation more to the forefront
Most
from
definitely.
a perspective from LGBTQ people of color who
Hmm.
are the most impacted. Yeah, we're going to actually, on that note, we're going to take our only commercial break. When we come back, we have more with the legend
Oh, the
that is
legend. Okay.
Darian Aaron right here on the spring season premiere of Meek Pro Media Special Edition News. Don't go anywhere. We have more in store.
LGBTQ people in the South have something to say. And that remains true. A year after GLAAD's director of local news US South, Darian Aaron, said those words during the 2024 inaugural GLAAD Down South, initially created as a mixer to elevate and celebrate GLAAD's commitment to LGBTQ and HIV narratives in the South, it has blossomed into a media and community event in a short time. Charged with increasing the quality and quantity of LGBTQ and HIV storytelling in the South, Darian's work leading GLAAD's Atlanta Bureau has helped reshape how LGBTQ people of color and people living with HIV are represented in the media, specifically at outlets across the South where no LGBTQ stories were being produced. From exclusive GLAAD reporting that penetrates mainstream news cycles to dozens of local and national news placements. Wherever the story is, that's where you will find him. On the ground, covering and developing stories that accelerate acceptance for the LGBTQ community.
You're tuned in to Meek Productions syndicated shows. Don't go anywhere. We do have more in store.
I will be right by your side. I'll fix you with my love. I'll fix you with my love.
Hey there, this is George Carlton, President of the Metro Atlanta Association of Professionals. Are you looking to expand your business, seeking employment connections, or want to grow your professional network but don't love traditional networking? The MAP is right for you. As Atlanta's first LGBTQ+ business association, we pioneered partnerships and networking with Atlanta's leading changemakers to help you connect authentically, in person and online, with people from diverse industries, identities, and histories. For more information about membership and being part of our legacy, visit our website at www.maapatl.org. Once again, that's mapatl.org. We look forward to connecting with you real soon.
Meek Productions is proud to be an official media partner for this organization.
I'm Ronnie Bass. I'm the founder and executive director of Someone Cares Inc. of Atlanta.
As a trusted mental health and HIV testing center in the state of Georgia for over 23 years, Someone Cares of Atlanta offers a safe, welcoming space for everyone seeking support and care. Whether you're looking for primary care, specialized treatment, support for mental health challenges and domestic violence, or STD testing and treatment, Someone Cares is here to walk with you on your journey to a healthier, happier life. Also, their new fully licensed on-site pharmacy is available to all patients and members of the broader Atlanta community. For more information on hours of operation, please visit www.s1catl.org. Once again, that's S1catl.org, or call 678-661-5227.
One Magical Weekend 2025 is proud to be an official kickoff party for World Pride and welcomes visitors from around the world to an unforgettable experience in Orlando, only at Walt Disney World Resorts. OMW and Pride Radio are proud to introduce our incredible lineup of 14 international DJs, bringing you the beats from across the globe. DJ Paolo, DJ Kitty Glitter, DJ Anna Floor, DJ Mickey Friedman, DJ Jay Warren, DJ Mohammed, DJ Nick Strassener, DJ Alex Lowe, DJ Jirac, DJ Lisa Rodriguez, DJ Kyle House, DJ Idil Hernandez, DJ JB Burgos, DJ Chris Sugden. Join us for an incredible celebration of love, unity, and music as we kick off World Pride 2025 with a weekend of magic like no other at One Magical Weekend. For more information, tickets, and to book your stay at our host hotel, visit onemagicalweekend.com.
And we're back with the last half of our 15th spring season of Meak Pro Media Special Edition News. Of course, I am Miko Evans, the founder of the world's first LGBTQ exclusive talent agency and production company. And once again, do not forget to check out all of the information that's located at the bottom of your screen for, if you want to find out more information about our agency. And in this second half of our show, we're going to talk about the upcoming event, which is actually the second annual. Is it the first annual?
Yeah, last year was the inaugural.
Oh, okay, then got you. Okay, got you. Just the inaugural. And y'all didn't know if y'all was going to do it annually.
Right. I hadn't planned on doing it annually, but before last year's event was even over, people were coming up to me saying, "You're doing this again, right?"
Wow.
I was like, I guess I have to now.
Oh, okay, then. So now it's going to be an official ongoing thing. So once again, get ready for the annual GLAAD Down South event that's going to be taking place in Buckhead, if I'm not mistaken, right? This mid-May. More information will be forthcoming on the official website. Go to GLAAD.org for more information. Once again, all of that information is located at the bottom of your screen. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind the creation of GLAAD Down South.
Wow, that's a really great question. Something that I always like to say about GLAAD Down South and about the work that we're doing in the South in general is that LGBTQ people in the South have something to say.
Absolutely.
And GLAAD is invested in amplifying their stories. And so last year I had the idea to have what I thought would just be a mixer, a little networking event. We would invite Atlanta media professionals, community leaders, advocates, and content creators to really witness the work that is happening here in the South in terms of storytelling, LGBTQ storytelling, and HIV storytelling that GLAAD is placing in local and national outlets. And it turned into this media event. And we're having the first annual GLAAD Down South event here soon, this May. And it's really an opportunity to amplify the work that we've done over the past year and to bring all those folks together under one roof to witness the growing quality and quantity of the stories that we're producing.
Tell us a little bit about, because you have some heavy hitters that's going to be on the panel this time, including one of the persons who, one of my favorite trans activists that's here in the ATL, the founder of Snapco.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Tony Michelle Williams.
Tony Michelle Williams.
Yeah. Tony is one of our moderators. We
Yes.
have what I call three mini panels during GLAAD Down South, where we give folks just enough to chew on. It's about a 15 to 20-minute panel, each of them. And Tony Michelle will be moderating the Centering Black Trans Voices panel.
Wow, awesome. Who are some of the other guests that we can expect on this particular panel?
Well, something new that we're doing this year is we're recognizing LGBTQ journalists or ally journalists here in the Atlanta area that's doing really impactful work. And so this year we're honoring for the first time Deasia Page. She's a culture reporter at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, as well as Mr. Charles Blow, who really doesn't need any introduction. His resume is a mile long, but he is an MSNBC analyst and former New York Times columnist. And he's also now an Atlanta resident.
Wow,
So, yeah.
awesome. This is going to be wonderful. Any other surprises we can expect from this particular event?
Well, I'm really excited about the fireside chat that I get to have with my friend and a very beloved person in the community, Dr. David Milbranch, Senior Director of Medical Affairs.
Brother David in the house.
Yeah. So we're going to try our best not to cut up during our time.
Yes.
Because I think very few people know that David has an amazing sense of humor.
Yes, he does.
You know, they only get to see his public persona as a doctor, but we're really going to dig deep into his story as a person who is not only a medical professional, but someone who's also living with HIV.
Absolutely.
And I have to say that this year's event is being held in partnership with Gilead. So they've come on as a sponsor, so we're really excited about that.
It's going to be good to just see you two
Yeah.
doing the fireside chat, Kiki.
Yeah, I know that's what it's going to be. I'm going to be like, okay, we need to reel this in,
Okay,
David.
reel this in. Yeah. Anything else that's going to be in store now that you're in this new position? Can you tell us a little bit about more about what's in store with you and GLAAD?
Yeah, I'm really excited because the work does not end with GLAAD Down South. It continues for the rest of this year and onward. But coming up in the fall, we will be presenting a panel on reporting through a cultural lens, Black LGBTQ voices in the South at the National Lesbian and Gay Journalists Association, which will be held here in Atlanta in September.
Okay.
And then something that I'm really excited to develop is our HIV speaker series, where we're going to be touring HBCU campuses across the South to really close the knowledge gap around HIV and Gen Zers. So that's up next after GLAAD Down South.
Wow, this is going to be awesome because this is really an. I'm very proud that GLAAD is taking more of the initiative to tell more stories or to reflect more about the lives of LGBTQ people of color. Because GLAAD was sort of like HRC and some of the other organizations that really didn't start off doing a lot of work within communities of color.
Yeah.
And we're just being completely truthful about that.
Yeah, we have to be.
This is historic truth, you all. So I'm glad that they are now stepping up more to the plate to realize, where the error was made. And they're actually making a conscious effort to make sure that this doesn't happen again. So I'm very proud of GLAAD from taking the initiatives and stuff like that. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, thank you for acknowledging that because we are doing the work. We're being really intentional about uplifting LGBTQ Southern voices, specifically voices of color. The largest population of LGBTQ people live in the South, not on the East or the West Coast, but in the South. And we have an entire Communities of Color department led by Deshaun Usher at GLAAD. And I'm doing work here in Atlanta, leading our Atlanta News Bureau. My colleague Jacob Reyes is in Texas, and he's leading a lot of LGBTQ Latino work. And so we're, touching all communities now.
Awesome. Once again, for more information about the work that they're doing, as well as what's to expect with GLAAD Down South, please, once again, go to all of the information that's located at the bottom of your screen. I know right now the invitation to the event is private for right now, but if you want to find out when they're going to open it to the public and the official date, once again, go to GLAAD.org. Once again, that's GLAAD, GLAAD.org, and you can also make your donations there. Anything that you want to say in closing, because I know we started off real good talking about the issue with certain LGBTQ plus organizations trying to remove the T from their mission statements and everything like that. You have anything more you want to say about that? before we close out?
I just want to say to our community, get free. And that's
Mm-hmm.
something that Bishop Yvette Flunder says a lot. And she just
Mm-hmm.
said it the other evening at our brother Bishop Troy Sanders' homegoing.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Rest in paradise, brother.
And I
Yes.
have to mention that he was scheduled to speak at GLAAD down south. We had been in
Wow.
communication a couple of weeks prior to his passing.
Wow.
And so, yeah, just remembering him right now because such an incredible loss to our
I mean,
community.
yes, it was.
But in addition to just getting free, I would just say, because I am a journalist and I believe in the power of storytelling, I would just encourage everybody to be out, to be loud, to be proud, and to share your story. You never know who your story is going to impact. And we all have a story to tell.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we have to also make sure that we don't get caught up in the what I call the organized chaos that is coming from the powers that be to try to divide and conquer. We have to make sure that we are aware of that, and we have to make sure that we don't play a part in that. We have to make sure that all of the gaps that may be found within our LGBTQ plus community, that those gaps are closed, and that we start having the internal conversations so that we can make sure that we are more unified, that we are more together now, because we cannot allow them to do what they did years ago to our communities. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure that we're more stronger together, more now than ever, especially with what's going on. So, Darren, thank you so much.
Thank you, Miko.
Tell your hubby I said hello.
Will do. Will do. I'm married now.
She's married. Married. I just love it
Yeah.
and stuff like that. You won't have to come back to the studio.
Would love to.
We will be there at the GLAAD Down South event to provide some additional media coverage there, because we want to make sure that we document history in the making. And all of that's going to be part of our nonprofit History of Black Gay America Incorporated. So for more information about that, that information is located at the bottom of your screen as well. You ready for Pride season?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I mean, unlike everybody else that just gets to celebrate all month long, when you're a professional queer like I am, it's work.
It's work,
It
and
is
it's all
work.
year.
Yeah.
It's all
Yes,
year.
It's Pride every day.
Yes, it is. Do you have any specific prize that you want to mention that GLAAD is going to be present at?
I don't know the full list, but I do know that I am eyeing Pride in Norfolk, Virginia this year. Every year I always try to amplify a small town pride, and so I plan to be traveling up there to cover their Pride celebration.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. We're going to actually follow you and stay tuned with more information and stuff like that. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in to our very 15th anniversary spring season of Meak Pro Media Special Edition News. Y'all can tell I'm excited. 15 years, okay?
Yeah.
And it's our spring season. This is going to be one of the best seasons ever, because we actually have some news. Some of you all probably already saw it in the commercial break, that we are now the official gold sponsors for One Magical Weekend, one of the main official gay pride events down there in Orlando, Florida. So we're going to be present once again. This is going to be our second time being down there, but this is going to be our first time being an official gold sponsor for One Magical Weekend. We're very proud of this historic partnership we're doing with them. And for more information on how to win your free pass, you're doing it right now by tuning into this show, subscribing down below, and make sure you leave a comment if you would like a free VIP pass to one of the main signature events at One Magical Weekend. Once again, go to onemagicalweekend.com. All of the information is located at the bottom of your screen, and check out the official interview that we did for them during our winter season finale of Meak Pro Media Special Edition News right here on this channel. Darian, I love you.
I love you more.
We look forward to seeing you and hopefully hearing from you real soon. Take care, you all.